You are live.
You are.
I am. And so are you.
I am too.
We're live, Nichol.
Me.
We're world travelers, you and me.
We are.
And one day, I was standing at the Pacific Ocean, flying over the Gulf of Mexico, and then landing at the Atlantic. How cool is that? You can't make this stuff up.
No kidding.
You just can't. And now here we are. We're going to honor some more Purpose Award people. We've got a couple of queens with us this evening.
Yes, we do.
Ooh, I'm so excited. So should we bring them up?
Sure. Let's see who pops up here.
Let's see who we got. Carolyn, Dr. Carolyn Brooks-Collins. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful you look. Oh my goodness. What an amazing person. And I just want to say this, and then Dr. Carolyn, we're going to give you the floor, and then we'll come back and sis Boomba and cheer on you some more. You received the Paradigm Shift Award, and I don't feel like I'm giving these awards. I really feel like I'm downloaded from heaven as to who he says gets these. And the paradigm shift for me means literally changing how we think on purpose. And you have risen to the occasion over and over again. But what has been so amazing to me is over the years, our conversations, when you would reach out and we would chat, how you would be so transparent about what paradigm, what thought pattern, habitual thought pattern you were, arguing with. But when you were given direction from me or from somebody else, how you really just went after it. You were going to be the queen of the shift. And because you have done that, you walked away from your work, but you didn't just walk away. You retired and got all the bells and whistles that went with it. And that's huge. You have become an international speaker. You have become a coach, an elite coach. And there's so much more that you do, like the acting, which I'm sure you'll touch on. All these things that, like, just that in and of itself, to be a speaker, an actor, and a coach, that's like, you got to put on hats. There's got to be some shifts that are happening right there. But I have just had the treasure and the pleasure of seeing you just blow up those paradigms and run after your dreams and goals, no matter what was looking you in the face. And I also want to say that, there's certain ages that people are at where they retire, and you didn't retire because you reached that age. You refired. And you haven't let anything stop you. So you so deserve this. Come on up and take your liberty and tell everybody all about you. Yay!
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I am so honored when I received the notification that I was receiving this award. I was shocked. But when I started thinking about it, the Paradigm Shifts Award, I thought, how appropriate is this? I'm just so excited to receive it and to be here on your program, and just being able to share my story. And I just feel like my story is a simple one. I know you've touched on this, but at the age of 67, I began to dream again. Because I was preparing for retirement, was socking money away, thinking, okay, I'll just be comfortable, not really thinking about what else I would do. And as I said, I just started dreaming again. It's so funny. I was working at home during COVID, and I heard Les Brown. I normally work in quiet, no background noise at all. And I just happened to have my phone with me, looked down, and I saw that Les Brown was doing a Facebook Live. Now, I knew who he was, but I couldn't say that I was really a follower. But he asked a question that just stopped me in my tracks. And it was, are you living a life you love? And I had to answer with a resounding no. And it's like, yes, by all outward appearances, I was successful. I was happy. I was an accounting manager. But, you know, I was doing, you know, in a great company and, you know, doing what I loved at the time and had been there almost 10 years. And I was so grateful that at 57 that I had found a job. And this is when most people are contemplating retirement. But I had literally stopped dreaming. I stopped thinking about like the possibilities for my life. And I was just going to live that quiet life. But his comment and his question just made me just open up the possibilities. And so when you talk about paradigms, that's what I really did. I felt like it was time for me to make that shift. And so I started thinking about what it is that I wanted to do. And, you know, stop being that people pleaser, the person who does the right thing in the right order. And so I started studying. I started getting with a new community. I took Les Brown's course and became a certified speaker, which led me to John, I was doing the thinking into results, and that led me to also Dr. Cheryl Wood and to her speaking class and going through her program. And now I just started thinking about what would I like to do? What could I do with my background and my skills? And what have I not allowed myself or given myself permission to do all these years? And I am so excited to say that in these 2 years that I am an international author, an international speaker. I am a coach. And yes, you're right, Pamela. I started taking acting classes. And so I have done some background work, and it's so funny. I just looked at a site today, and I had missed an email where someone wanted me to come and do an interview for a modeling job. And I was like, oh my gosh, so I am not the same person I was just 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I just really think about that if I could do this, then other women can do this. And I have been chatting with women and meeting women, definitely those women over 50, to say life doesn't end just because you reach a certain age. Life doesn't end because you reach because of your birth certificate. That doesn't determine what you can do in life. So I'm just looking forward to the next 10, 15, 20 years to see what else I'm going to do. But I am excited about, more importantly, being able to speak to other women, to show them that it's not too late. It's not too late. And I always say to take control of your life. People talk about just different scenarios, decisions that they made, bad decisions that they made. And they say, oh, I wish I had. We always talk about the woulda, coulda, shouldas, but even the point we talked about in our book discussion last night, that we are the CEOs of our lives. We are the director of our lives, and it's up to us to choose the life that we want to live. And that's my message, and I want to keep making that impact on the world, particularly with other women.
Oh my gosh, what a drop the mic statement. Can you repeat that last part of what you just said about choosing your own life? Can you re-say that? That was so powerful.
We are responsible, and we have the ability to choose our own lives. We are the directors of our life. We are the CEOs of our life. And I just say, live your best life. And I asked the question, in fact, several speeches that I've done, I start with, what life are you choosing to live? And that we have to take responsibility but know that it's a choice, and that we can make that choice and not complain, not talk about all the things that went badly in our lives, but talk about the things that we still are able to do and the changes that we can still make. Yes. Life is good.
I love that. Life is good. So for that woman out there that is at that place and she's thinking, you know, is that all there is? Or maybe she's lived that quiet life, but she's hearing you right now and she's like, yeah, I'm not living my best life. I think I do have some habitual paradigms that have kept me and held me back. Oh,
Right.
I want to do what Carolyn's doing. So number one, what would you say to her as a starting point? And then number two, how do people reach you? Because they need to be able to get close to you and learn from you. You have so much greatness in you to share.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Pamela. I would tell every woman, and I always say I'm focusing on women 50 and older, but women of any age, it is never too late to take control of your life. And I always say right now is to get with a new community. Start first believing in yourself. Believe that you can change your life, that you can take control of your life. And I say live your best life however you define it, because living your best life for you might be different than what it means to someone else. But it's investing in yourself, getting with a new community, people that are going to lift you up and support you and help you on this new journey. And by all means, definitely reach out to me. You can reach out to me. My website is carolynbrooks-collins.com, but also join my coaching program. Will be launching soon, but Confidence with Carolyn. And I'm focusing on women over 50, and it's women over 50 who've maybe experienced some failure, but they fear starting over. And this is where we kind of talk about those stories of divorce and job loss or becoming a widow, even dating relationships after 50. But where you have a community of women who will support you on this journey, and that we can have these, I guess, confident, but also have conversations where you don't have to worry about, someone else sharing your information, that it is a very safe space for you to meet women as well as grow as you start your new life.
Powerful. And again, how do they find you?
You can find me on my website. It's carolynbrooks-collins.com. You can find me on Facebook, and you can reach me by just sending me an email at carolyn.brooks-collins@gmail.com.
Oh
I'm
my
on
God.
social media, but definitely on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Lady Nichol, what do you have to say? You've been working with Dr. Carolyn on a number of different projects. So you get to see the behind the scenes part that not everybody sees. So
Right.
take it away.
I've gotten to meet you in person, which is awesome. You have feet, so that's good. That's what Pamela and I say to everybody. Oh, you have feet. But that's been great. But honestly, you do. You walk into a room and you just have this. You just glow. You bring this light into the room with your personality, just the way that you present yourself. I just love that about you, and I respect that about you, because you do. And people, we know you well enough to know stuff you go through and everything else like that, and you don't show that. But it's not because you're trying to be fake. It's just, that you're more than what you're dealing with, and I know that's what you feel. And no, I just love, and that's all about that paradigm shift. You know how to walk in that. And but yeah, you definitely glow. And when you talk about everything you're doing, I love when we get to meet and talk about what you've got next. And there's always an energy that you have that I love just getting on a call with you,
Oh,
because
great.
yeah, well, and even when you weren't feeling well, it didn't matter. You still had that. You're like, I'm not doing great, but I'm here and I want to talk about this, and this. So I just love that about you, and you always give the best of yourself, regardless. And I think that
Oh,
speaks volumes.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
That's sweet.
There is one other award that you did receive that I'd like you to highlight. It just came from like the President of the United States.
Oh,
I did, it's so funny. I was thinking about that, that I really need to publicize that more, but it was the National Achievement Award, and it was for my years of community service. I worked as a Girl Scout leader for years, as well as working with a youth group at my church. So it was a cumulative, goodness great. I can't recall how many hours you needed to have to receive it, but I started thinking about all the years of being a Girl Scout leader for 10 or more, well, more than that. But in every city, in every state that I have lived, I have been a Girl Scout leader. And I love Girl Scouts. I love how it molds young girls and shows them the possibilities, even whether you're working with girls in the inner city where I was living in Rochester. And we just took girls to the grocery store to show them something different. Or girls in a suburban, like going camping, or showing them that there are different opportunities. And I love that Girl Scouts did show. I guess I would owe Les a lot of money today. I'm thinking about all the alms. I'm sorry. But it just shows, just various opportunities that and the potential that girls have. So I did receive that award, and I probably will circle back and put it on my Facebook page for a little while. And definitely we need to put it on my website, Miss Nichol. So
yes.
I will definitely do that.
Okay.
Absolutely. And
Thank you so much for reminding me of that and highlighting that.
Well,
I'm very proud of it.
Yes, you should be. You've worked very hard, and to receive that award and to be recognized for it is something that is quite an honor, but you have earned it. Dr. Carolyn, thank you so much. And also congratulations for being our first Purpose Award achiever for Paradigm Shifts. You're awesome. And we love you so much. Thank you. All right. So who do we have next?
She's shrugging her shoulders backstage.
Yes.
Miss Kathy, Coach Kat, as we like to call her. However, I have to mention that, so we don't have the names up here, but on her name on StreamYard, it says Catasaurus.
As it should.
Right.
Good. Well, I'll tell you what, Coach Catasaurus is a very good friend of mine because we are both doctors of funology. We like to have fun. And in fact, at Coach Kathy's event that we had in February, Falling in Love with Yourself Again, we dressed up together as Lucy and Ethel. And we had a blast. We had a blast. Coach Kathy, you are amazing, and I love you so much. And again, just feeling that was divinely dropped in, that you would be the one that would receive this award, Excellence in Diversity. If there is anything about you, you surround yourself with people that don't look like you, even that don't necessarily think like you. You reach out. You were just on the mission field helping children across on the other side of the globe, which you can certainly touch on. I would love for everybody to hear what you do. You are always thinking outside the box. You are always looking for how you can change the life of somebody around you. You're really involved in the Chamber of Commerce in your area. You just find ways to get in and create excellence, not perfection, excellence in including everybody. I watched how you worked the room at your event to make sure that it was all inclusive, that everybody was included in what you were doing. And so many of the women at your event had not even met you until they walked through the doors, which again shows that gift in you of being able to draw people together from all walks of life. It is such a gift, and you do it with such grace and such power. So it was just an automatic, yeah. Your name bubbled up inside of my heart that was like, yes, this is so you. So congratulations. And
Yeah.
we want you to take it away, Coach Catasaurus.
Thank you so much. So I was going to listen to Nichol say something, though.
Well, she can jump in now. Usually she jumps in after, but would you want to hear from her now?
Yeah, because she was there, and and I just adore Nichol as well, because she's been like such a huge part of my journey. I mean, she's your right-hand girl, and you've been such a big part of my journey. And when she was here, and we couldn't have put on the event without her, and so I just want to give kudos to Nichol as well.
Well, thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, no, when we did your event, what I love the most, when we even started talking about it, because we started talking about your event right after Follow Law, which was right in December. So you went from December to February to do your event. I mean, that's 2 months. First of all, that's crazy. Don't ever plan an event in 2 months. Unless you're Kathy.
Yeah, I was going to say, unless you're Kathy, she can do it.
Or you have her helping you. But you did a phenomenal job. I mean, we had a phone call about, okay, here's what you need to do. And within 2 or 3 days, I mean, even that day, you were texting me, okay, I have this. I'm just like, okay. I mean, I thought by the end of the week that maybe I'd hear from you, but no, you were on it because you were ready to do this thing. And the excellence showed when we showed up, and we ended up being a day late because of the wonderful snowstorm that made us stuck. It was what it was, but I mean, you did it in excellence, but you knew you wanted to do it, and the heart for why you wanted to do it was so evident from the time we started planning till it was over. And like Pamela said, most of those people didn't know who you were because you put it out on Eventbrite, and you had people that came from that. And so, which I think is fantastic, first of all. But you wouldn't have known being in there when we showed up that people didn't know who you were, because you were interacting with everyone and everything. So you're just so good at making everybody feel comfortable. And I know that how nervous you get in front of all those people. So the fact that you're able to make everybody so comfortable in your nerves is huge. And the best thing apart the whole, the event itself is the two of you, Dr. Pamela and Kathy, you guys play off of each other so well. So it made it go even smoother, and your fun side, your goofiness, and all of that just made the event even better. So, but no, kudos to you, Kathy, for all that you do. I love seeing all your pictures from your trip with all of those adorable children. I would just wanted to snuggle all of them. But the smiles on their faces, and what you're giving them, and what Pamela and I talk about it all the time, that every child in America needs to go there for just a week, because they don't get what a hard life is. I'm bored. I don't have anything to do. Yeah. Okay. Go there for a week, then come back and tell me you're bored and don't have anything to do.
Right.
I mean, just being real. But I love the love that you and Jeff put into them.
Yes.
Is something that can't be replaced, and something that those children will never forget. So, and I know that you guys will be blessed beyond what you guys did down there. And I know you plan to go again, but no, yeah. So that's my 2 cents.
Well, thank you, Nichol. I think you're awesome. So it's interesting to me. I didn't realize how similar Carolyn and my lives are. I had no idea. And I've always just adored Carolyn. And so I'll give you a little bit about my background. My background is in accounting. I have my bachelor's degree in accounting. I managed accounts payable departments for 25 plus years, like for places such as Overstock.com and Ultradent Products. So like some multi-million-dollar businesses. And during the pandemic, actually, so this is interesting. I don't even know if you know this, Pamela. During the pandemic, when all of this stuff for the George Floyd murders happened, so if you live in Utah, it's a bubble. You do not see the stuff that you see outside of you, like all of the stuff that was coming at us all the time. You live in a bubble of just, that just stuff doesn't happen. And so, it was being on the news, and I don't honestly watch the news. I find out the news from my dad. And so when that all happened, I wanted to figure out a way to help my Black human friends. That's really all I did. And back then, actually, I was trying to figure out, I was in accounting. I am more comfortable behind a spreadsheet. I still, to this day, like spreadsheets. And so I actually put together a little panel of people and they were all, they didn't all look like me. And I was like, what can we do? And so they actually said, they gave me some ideas, but like the next day, Les Brown's Power listing came on my Facebook feed. I'm like, okay, sign me up. I got to figure out how to talk in public if I'm going to do this. And so I did that, and which led me to John Tallarico, where I met you, Pamela. And it's like, Steve Jobs always says you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking back. And now, and now I'm friends with Andrea King, and who is Martin Luther King's daughter-in-law. And so it's just kind of crazy how it's all transpiring. And so I love the fact, I love diversity. I love loving people. And on this past weekend, I was thinking about, because I don't know the right terminology. I think it's EID. It's the Muslim celebration. And so Amina and a whole bunch of people were celebrating it. And I just had a conversation with Jeff, my husband, and I was like, I didn't even know that there was a 3-day celebration, but that's really cool. And so now I'm just like, I'm starting to research what that all means and all of that. And my neighbor, she is Muslim and she's Arabic. And, I'm like her daughter, she never had. But I love diversity. And as far as the trip to Kenya, and I love serving. And I also was not a Girl Scout leader, but I was a Girl Scout. And I love Girl Scouts. My mom was a Girl Scout leader. And sometime Carolyn needs to actually ask me about my Girl Scout cookie story, because I have a story.
I'm asking. I'm not even going to wait for Dr. Carolyn to ask. I'm asking right now. Tell us your Girl Scout cookie story, please.
Oh my gosh, it's probably not the best story ever to put out here, but since you asked,
yeah.
My mom was a district leader in Girl Scouts. She also worked for the Girl Scout Council. But anyways, when you're a district leader in Girl Scouts, you are the one that all of the cookies for all the troops, that they end up at your house. And so, and it was back, when I was younger. I am over the age of 50, so it was back, in the 80s. And we thought that the neighbor kids needed to have some Girl Scout cookies. So we ended up giving out Girl Scout cookies, and my mom ended up having to pay for them.
Oh.
And so that was not a good thing. We started giving them out. We ate them. I can't really eat Thin Mints anymore because I ate so many Thin Mints in my life. So there you go. That's my Girl Scout cookie story. I look back now, I'm like, oh my gosh, what my poor mom.
But I absolutely see your heart in that, because that's you today, reaching out to all the people and making sure that everybody has their say, that everybody gets a piece of the cookie, right? So that's totally you. That is a complete Kathy move right there. Absolutely.
Well, thank you. It was just hilarious. We got in trouble, as we should have. But that's my Girl Scout cookie story. And so the diversity, thank you so much. I was so excited, especially when I opened my email as well. I was like, what is this? And I was like, oh, I got an award. And I'm very competitive. And hence why I did an event 2 months after you guys did. I was like, I want to be first, and which is just kind of funny because that's not who I used to be, and now I just developed into that person. And as far as like my Kenya trip, my mission trips, what I'm doing right now, I'm becoming a certified Napoleon Hill Institute coach. I'm also with Manatech, which are, I'm going to actually let you explain Manatech because you are very good at explaining all this stuff. And so last month, we actually went to Kenya for 2 weeks. I've never been so excited to come home and take a hot shower in my life. I have also never been the only white person in an entire city.
Sure.
And that was for sure different for me. It wasn't that I was scared by any means, because they're very beautiful people over there. But it was, they look at white people as above them, which made me sad. And if they like shake your hand, they think they're going to have good luck. And I was like, that's foreign in my head, because I think everybody's on the same level playing field. And but at the same time, it was awesome to be loving on those kids when they have 1 meal a day. They just barely got clean water last year, and their biogas, they just turned on the biogas actually this past week. And so I don't know if you know what biogas is. Do you know what that is?
Why don't you share it with us so that everybody knows?
Biogas, it's actually a really cool process. You take like cow manure, and I don't know exactly, it transforms into a gas, which actually runs into the house, and then it's used for gas for like their gas stoves. And so you're taking waste and converting it into a usable commodity like that, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Really, really, really cool. So the biogas started, and so the goal in the future for the Jabez Orphanage, that's where my passion is right now, is to build a house so that the kids can move out of the parents' house. And right now there are 15 kids to a room. There are 3 kids sleeping on a little mattress, like a little child, like crib mattress. And then, so that's the first goal. The other goal is to buy a parcel of land that is right next to where Goodwin's parents live. And then once that is done, we can build a school. And the school itself, like when you're in Kenya, there is a ton of fraud going on from the top down. Like we were we watched people pay off police officers while we were there. It happened all the time. And so with that said, public school is not free in Kenya. They still have to pay to go to school. They still have to pay for their books. They still have to wear a uniform. And so the vision is to have a school on the property where Goodwin is, and then invite the kids or in the surrounding village. So that is like my passion project right now. And I'm just, I'm so in love with, serving it's part of my book. It actually said, you know, when you feel bad about life in general, go serve. That's the thing, is you just feel better when you're serving. And one of the things that, I mean, I love what Carolyn said as well. And she's like, are you living the life you love? And if you're not, and then you said not retired, but refired.
Mhm.
And I was also there. I was like, oh, I'm too old to start over. I'm not that old, but you know, that's in my mind. It was. And in the Napoleon Hill stuff that I was been actually studying, one of the things they said, that it is your responsibility to find your purpose and your passion in your life. And, you know, a lot of people don't think that. They think it's somebody else's responsibility to tell them what they're supposed to do. And it's not. It's your life. So, you know, live it with passion, live it with a vengeance, and, you know, go after it. Because you'll get one. You get one.
Only get one. Kathy, repeat that. That was so powerful about taking responsibility for your life. Can you say that again?
Sure. It's your responsibility to find your purpose and your passion of your life.
Your responsibility, not anybody else's. It's
Right.
your responsibility. That's a drop the mic moment. Like, that's an aha realization. And so you had that happen to you and you decided to refire?
I totally did. I left the corporate world. I left the comfort of having a job. And, you know, and honestly, it's easier to have a job than it is to work for yourself, or because it's just somebody else has created the processes. You haven't, so you just don't, so you just follow them. But one of my core values that I've just determined over the last few years is time and freedom. And that's my main core value. I thought in the past that it was money, but it's not. It's time and freedom, and especially with the fact that I can be with my dad. And that might get me emotional just because he's a little sick right now. But sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. You being able to have the freedom to be with him and take care of him is a precious thing. And it comes back to your servant's heart, and it comes back to that whole idea of that diversity again. But if you hadn't taken that step of faith, you know, to trust the process, to step out and go, you wouldn't be able to do what you're doing for your father right now. And time is our most precious commodity. You know, we can't manage time. We manage the activities that we operate in within that time, but we don't get time back. And so you choosing your father is huge. And so I just want to applaud you for that. And it's okay to be emotional about it. It's beautiful.
Thank you. And because I know your father-in-law lives with you.
Yes.
And, you know, whew, that was awesome. But anyways, yeah, so I left the corporate world and decided to change my entire life. And since I've left the accounting background that I didn't leave the background. I still have the background. I left corporate America. I founded a virtual reality company called Waffles, which there you go. It's called, the Waffles stands for Work and Fun, Foster Leadership, Engagement, and Success. I have written a book. It went Amazon bestseller, international bestseller. I am now on the board of directors for the Chamber of Commerce, and then I'm also helping others write a book right now. And then on top of that, I'm becoming a certified coach with the Napoleon Hill Institute. I'm one of their founding ambassadors. And there's a bunch of us that we are all going to New York City this week to go celebrate.
Oh my gosh. So on top of getting your award and all of this other amazing stuff that you are doing and done, you're going to New York?
I'm going to New York City, yep.
Oh, okay. When do you leave for New York?
I leave Wednesday morning. Yeah. So, but there's a bunch of us that will be together that started the journey with Les, and we went our separate ways and we came back, and so it'll be awesome to be able to see them again.
Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. Kathy, oh my God. See, she is a phonologist. She can't help it.
Oh, well, you want to know what's funny is I've been to New York City before because my brother lives in New York. But one of the funnest places to go is Ellen's Stardust Diner. And I don't know if you've ever been there, but the people on Broadway actually perform at the diner. So while you're getting your food, they're also singing and performing.
Wow.
And so I told everybody, I was like, I don't care if anybody goes with me on Friday night. I am going here and you're all welcome. If you don't go, I'm going by myself.
And you would too. You would absolutely go and have the greatest time. But I bet they'll all go with you.
But yeah, so that's my life in a nutshell right now. My life has changed dramatically since Les Brown's Power Voice, and I'm so grateful, so grateful.
Yes.
And you know what? You guys are a big part of it, so thank you.
Kathy, you are amazing, and you're such a phenomenal leader. And so we're just saying hello to all of you that are here supporting these amazing queens. Woohoo! So Nichol, is there anything else that you want to add? I know you got your hands full.
I might have a little extra commentary because he's running his mouth like crazy. Doesn't say anything, but no, I get your heart for your dad. My mom is in assisted living, and I see her as much as I can. She's not that far away, but it's fitting it in. But I'm glad that she's somewhere that I know she's taken care of. Yeah. So it leaves me to be able to do. But I'm just Carolyn's back here, so I'm gonna pull her up so we have everybody. But yeah, no, you can. If y'all don't know Kathy, you can see her heart just by watching her talk. Mm-hmm. She's just got such a sweet, giving spirit. Absolutely. And people that know you and you don't have to be around you long, Kathy, before you realize that. It's very evident. And we love you for that. And you're just a joy to be around because of that. But you're just not giving as, okay, you help people, but you do it with your heart. And that's a huge difference.
That is a huge difference.
I apologize.
No reason to apologize. Yeah. Well, Kathy, Dr. Phonologist, my sister phonologist, congratulations on earning the first Excellence in Diversity Purpose Award. Woo! Round of applause for Kathy.
Yay! Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thank you for recognizing all the stuff that I don't recognize in myself.
Isn't that true? The whole village, doesn't it? It's the whole village of us. You ladies are awesome. Give you the last word, Dr. Carolyn, and then Kathy. Anything else that's on your heart? Oh, Kathy, I do need to circle back to you real quick. Tell people how to reach out to you.
Oh, my website is in construction, so easiest way right now is either on social media, which is Coach Kathy White on all social media platforms, or by email, coachkathywhite@gmail.com. And it's KATHYWHITE.
Woohoo! Thank you. All right, last words from our awardee. Last words, Miss Kathy?
Well, my last words are, I think you guys are just phenomenal leaders, phenomenal friends, and I love being on this journey with you. And so for those people that are listening, please make sure that you connect with these awesome people, because you know what? They will, whether you want to or not, they're going to make you go to the next level. So, yes. And, and I just appreciate you guys so much. And, every time I have a question, it's like, I either go to Nichol or to you. And so you're my go-to. So thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. You are such a precious soul. Love you so much. Such a good friend. Thank you. That was so kind. All right, let's see if we can hear Dr. Carolyn now. Dr. Carolyn speaks so much that she broke a microphone on Facebook. That's what happened. Well, thank you everybody for coming and joining and for commenting. And I encourage you to follow these leaders and see what they're doing and jump in with them, because talk about someone that will push you to the next level, that's not going to leave you where you are, but pull you forward into the greater things that are coming ahead in your life. These ladies, hands down, will do that for you. So a big God bless you to our winners, and to all of you that showed up watching live or later. Thank you, and toodles. We'll see you next time. Bye.